download the Master Chief Collection. That's what you need to do. The Master Chief Collection is out.
Get ready for Mercs and Ranks, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you can download it on PC. Well, you got,
absolutely.
yeah, you got
The
PlayStation.
only human on Earth that's happy about it.
Yeah, literally.
When I get my own place,
Just to do a shout out, he needs a little pigeon topper on there, and then it'd be
Yeah, you get. Make sure you get a PC. Just sell your
But I
PlayStation.
want to keep it on
Yeah.
right now. Metsinaris from TSM
I want to do with
you know, it's we have
controller,
him
I
up
can
on the
do on
board, but it wasn't anything
or on
crazy
PC.
spectacular. Like when you think back to the
You know,
start,
like
it's like, oh,
Rocket League, or if I
Metsinaris
wanted to
wasn't
play-
popping off like Flakes was. But it
Call
was
of Duty
just
with
because he was able to
controller.
hold the team together. I think we looked at TSM with Alpha on the team. Is usually that guy popping off, but it was a little bit quiet
I'm really
today,
ready.
which
I'm
then
ready
leads
to
us
see
into our
TSM
next talk.
play. I
Is he
like
going to be quiet against this next team in Singularity?
TSM
Are we gonna
is
see
freaking
him
beast.
be able to finally step up and stop missing the ball?
Really?
Comple-
He was so
NA-wise.
close.
North America, I'm
So
Cloud
many
9.
times early.
Cloud 9.
I was
I like Rizzo individually.
95% of the way there.
You know, Justin. And,
Air rolled to that
yeah,
final.
Justin and Gimmick. I'm big fans of as well.
That's
But
all that stands between that team and just domination.
I watched
is
Justin
Alpha
and
just
Rizzo
playing at
and
100%.
Squishy
Yeah,
a
but then
lot.
it's like it's
But
an
I
interesting
also watch
concept
Scrub
because I
a
feel like
lot,
sometimes an
and
alpha
I used to
switch
watch
up,
Scrub a
then
lot.
it
Scrub was
forces
good.
teams
He's
to go
just
back and
trash
then,
now.
fall into
K-Dop
the
though.
playstyle of
I love watching
playing
K-Dop.
passing. So I think
I like
finding the sweet spot,
I like
having
watching him and
everybody
Craig
really
1v1.
combining their efforts, their team
it's
plays,
some of the
Remco getting the
best
passes,
blocking I've
Metsinaris
ever
having
seen.
crazy recoveries off the wall, and then
I just
Alpha
wish I
doing
could
his
speak
crazy
Swedish
mechanics.
or,
Finding that sweet spot for TSM has been so hard, and I just
I
haven't
think
seen it
K-Dop's
really
Swedish
at all the
and-
entire season.
Because when you
K-Dop's
have
just
proper rotations
accurate.
behind a
That's
player
what I
like
like about him. He's
Alpha,
just
all it does is it
accurate
takes that
as
pressure
shit.
off of them.
Yeah.
They don't feel like I need to be doing
Exactly.
absolutely everything.
But then it doesn't push them enough too, so it's like it's hard to
Yeah.
fall into that
Right,
balance.
Keep
right. As
closing
long
your
as
screen
you
out.
see those
Don't touch
opportunities
it
as a
with
player
my
like
belly.
Alpha, pop-off player, you see those opportunities and Alpha, literally, and call them and be like, no, this
I
is
never
mine.
knew
This
you
is my
could get
moment. This is
into,
mine.
Yeah.
So,
Discord
like,
chat on
but
your
you
phone.
have a lot more chance to do
I
that
knew you
if
could
you
get
have
into like
a solid
voice,
rotation
or I
behind
never
instead
knew you
of
could
being
get into
like,
voice
I
chat. I
have
always
to
knew
go
you
for
could
this,
get in like
being like, I get to go.
The chat rooms and stuff. Yeah.
Rotations, you mentioned
never knew that.
Remco is definitely
in, like,
been stepping
It's
up.
pretty-
We asked him to do exactly
it's pretty
that,
easy to
and he's
use,
been doing
too.
Exactly that. But another player
Yeah,
that you
that was really
asked
easy
to really
once
step
you-
up
or once
and
technology
show
added.
his true potential is
I
Guts
kept
Miller. I
losing
know
the
Miller's been
lowercase
taking the
b,
spotlight, but do you think Guts
thinking,
Miller's
man, he's
kind of
sending me
hitting
the
his
wrong
stride
way.
right here, or
And
is
he's
there a
sending
lot
me the
further
wrong
you can go
way.
and
Like,
better you
using
can play?
capital
I was
B, I
talking
was
about
like,
that balance.
damn.
It's gotta be, yeah.
Because it's always good when you slow down the game when you have possession,
You
when
ever
you
play
have
fantasy
the ball
football?
in their half especially.
What's
It's
up?
a little scarier to slow down the
Fantasy
game
football?
on defense sometimes.
I used to. I don't anymore. I'm a
saw
Vikings fan,
basically a
too.
perfect balance from him in that game, where when he had time
I'm
on
a
offense, he was
Chargers
taking
fan,
that time
but
and
please don't
doing
make me
good
say
things
that
with that
again this
space.
year.
And when he was on defense, he
Yeah,
was-
I haven't
he
really
was
watched
playing
football though in
his
the last like
play
2 years,
playing
3
his
years
safe.
actually.
I really liked what I saw from
It's
those
all
guys.
becoming so
Join us
political.
online on Twitter
Yeah.
at Earl Esports to get your voice heard.
Are you
Oh,
messaging
actually, before
someone
that, sorry,
in-
I'm jumping the gun here. We need to. People care about what we think,
Oh,
right?
dark
Also,
side.
sorry,
Just a little bit.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm doing
I really
Facebook
care what they
and-
had to
and
say.
also
Well, let's
Twitch.
get to us.
Twitch.
Predictions. Over zero. Start us off.
Yeah, I've just got to go with the experience yet again. Like,
It's always. I sense a theme here.
it's always gonna be experience, I
Think
guess.
about
Because
it.
the one time I didn't go with experience.
TSM.
Yeah, I mean, see, I understand that, but at the same time, look, man, I've always
Complexity's gonna put up a
I've
fight.
always Singularity.
This might go to
I
a
feel
game
like
7.
They have this habit of matching
Oh, because
whoever
I
they're
love-
playing.
I love
It's the weirdest thing.
in
Like, so we just
soccer
saw against
tournament, or,
Complexity. Everything was kind
series.
of weird, a little bit slower pace, very passive play. But then if TSM pops off, I think Singularity
know,
has
man.
what it takes to
Complexity
respond to
Flakes
that.
look
And
fun.
usually when
I
they do
know.
match the level, which is almost every series, they have the clutch moments far more than whoever they're facing. So I'm going with Singularity.
I don't know. I don't think that convinces
Might
you,
end up
man.
getting off here.
I'm always
Just,
siding with him right
going
now.
to this,
I've got to go
entertainment thing we're
TSM.
doing.
I really feel like TSM is making those changes. We just talked about it. Remco stepping up. I really think they're making those changes.
Ah, now I'm
They
live on
need,
YouTube.
To get back into the RLCS. We'll
Right.
see if that's enough, for
I need
next
to go.
season
Are
to
you
get a
the
higher
vaccinator
spot
on
than
YouTube
those
also?
those relegation spots.
think so.
But I
I'm
really
not
believe
sure,
they belong
honestly.
in the RLCS, and they're going to definitely step and make those changes here. And I just can't see Singularity.
I'm not
really
sure.
Going past any of that anxiousness that they might experience in a match where they're right about to get into the RLCS.
I mean, I am
The real
Butzinator.
question is like to look at this match is
Right.
can TSM with no Alpha 54 beat Singularity?
B-U-T-T-I-S-N-A-T-O-R.
So that's why I'm picking
Yep,
it. That's
an
why-
ATOR.
Okay, I promise. Now
Now it's time.
Now we're done, and now it's time for you
Now
guys.
he's caring.
Get online on Twitter.
Dark
at
Hog,
RLesports,
thank you.
Hashtag RLCS8. But there is now a spot on the line for season 9. Who's going to take it?
Hey, we got a viewer in YouTube. There we go. Yeah, I still need to get fully affiliated with YouTube, but
Right.
I need to get an editor to make some videos for me.
Since we started with the rival series and the promotion
I tried
tournament,
to edit for some
where
things
a
one
rival
time, but
series team has not played
I
its
just-
way
I-
into the big
I don't
show
know.
from
I'm
that
not bad,
promotion
but-
tournament. Singularity is the last hope. Now, I know Leaf and
Is
the
your
desk
YouTube link?
were really interested in what we thought, so we're going to give our predictions. I actually think TSM is going to knock off Singularity
Ranked
here,
part.
only because
Is it?
Alpha is insane.
That's a
Oh,
very
sorry,
good
dude, I could barely
point to
hear
be
you.
made.
I had to
Alpha
turn you
is
down a little bit.
insane, and
There's
I'm
too
gonna
much
take a page
feedback
out of
from
Leaf's
both
book
of us in
yesterday,
over
and
the chat.
Whoever scores the most goals is going to win the series.
Yeah,
That's a
Okay.
great, you know what, that is perfect.
Leaf taught me well.
You know, and if TSM loses this match, there's a good chance, or there is a chance, that they could then lose to Complexity.
No, I mean, it's hard to bet against TSM here in this matchup. They've looked solid today. They honestly didn't look terrible throughout the entire season. They just had some
Oh, did you add me on YouTube?
bad breaks throughout the whole run. If you look at their stats, I mean, they looked like a team that could have gone 5-2, but a few of those games got away from them.
yeah.
And right off the
Because when I click on
kickoff,
Buccaneer, nothing
TSM
pops
put
up.
under pressure from Team
Oh, there we go.
Singularity.
Much like Cloud9 and
What's the
G2
name
in
of
North
games?
America, it does seem like a
I think
very
so.
much
Maybe.
reformed TSM.
I'm not sure. I haven't really updated
As
it
Noli
yet.
will play this across. It will not
It
find
says
Boomer.
Godzilla.
live,
Instead,
though.
Alpha is
Huh?
there, well ahead of everybody else. Remco
Doesn't say
bounced
you're
away from
live
that
on this
play.
one. That's-
So Metanoris comes in to help
That's the
out.
weird part.
On my channel, yeah, I'm live, but
So now, backboard for himself. Dropped it down, but not on target. And a team effort by TSM to boom it downfield.
Oh, infield pass perfectly placed. Metanoris with the double tap, and TSM showing you why. they're
Metanoris
Great
coming
play
in
set
hot.
up by Remco as he just gets it over to
I'm missing
Metza.
it, damn it.
And that miss by Godsmilla proves fatal.
I just
Metanoris
subscribed to
scores the
Buccaneer,
first
I'm not
goal
sure if
of
it's you or
what
not.
could be a ton in this series. Neither team defensively has been all that spectacular throughout their respective league plays.
TSM just showing you why they are one of the best teams that we've seen in the promotion tournament rather.
it should be a picture of me with my dog in the
It's
background.
just you turn your head away and they're
Yeah,
already on
almost, yeah.
offense, already putting
This
shots
goes
on
out here.
target.
It's stream real quick.
Noli was a force to be reckoned with in the
And that
first
close it out.
round win over Complexity, but
Still
this
on my
time
phone.
it's Godsmilla taking the shot, and it
Sorry.
floats wide.
Right idea to go far post there, keep it away from the defender.
Oh,
Played back downfield, Alpha will collect, making a beeline towards that corner boost, but it's cut out by Tho. This will go over Godsmilla, so Noli will play it. Kind of a basic shot that'll be easily set away by Alpha. He's trying to play the rebound, does not get there. And now Metanoris can start it downfield for TSM. Alpha out of the corner. Remco was not in position for that pass, but still collects it. And Noli will clear it downfield. Missed opportunity for TSM.
Really impressed with the play of Noli this week. You saw him up there for potential player of the day, and good clear there from Tho. This
I'm
one's
doing
gonna
wrong.
wrap around. But Noli last week, a terrible performance, and I think even he would say that. The dish over to Tho, cut out from Remco.
search for you.
But back to Noli.
Hey.
Turned it around completely, put this team on his back so far.
Jed, thanks for the cheer, buddy.
5 goals and 4 assists for Noli in the series.
Yeah, if you type Butts Later, I see it. It's live.
Complexity that went the
I'm
distance
live on
all
YouTube.
7 games.
Weird.
Godsmilla. Tough ball
It's
out of the corner.
BUTTS,
So,
Butts,
Inator.
INATOR.
But has nobody coming on in support.
B-U-T-T.
And so a wasted
B-U-
opportunity by
B-U-T-T-S.
Singularity.
IN.
Godsmilla throws one
I
down.
keep
Metanoris
switching
has
to
to
IN,
be
yeah.
careful with this ball.
Got him.
It'll
Not
find
even
Tho, back to Noli.
inebriated,
Tho's got a full
man.
tank, but he can't really do anything with that first touch. The second one, a little better, but slowed things down way too much, and
Oh, your
TSM
channel real
will
quick.
not concede many goals given that much time to recover.
Oh, that's so dangerous. Good touch from Noli to get that out. Remco puts it right back
Hey.
towards the box.
For sub.
And so far, TSM really pushing
You need
Team
to come back to
Singularity
Twitch to play on
back into the
YouTube.
blue half.
What'd you say?
Continually.
You
Team
want me to come
Singularity
back to
hasn't
Twitch
had too
and
many
play on
good
YouTube
looks
as a
at
viewer.
Oh, just Twitch is cool, man.
So now after the demo on Metanoris, can Singularity get
You-
anything
you-
going
Jed,
on
thanks for the
Twitch? No.
donation, buddy.
The play again taking
Appreciate
too
you.
long to develop, and Metanoris had already respawned and made the challenge.
Who do you got in this game?
Noli. That's going to be high, and Remco clears it
I
away.
like
Though waiting on the
TSM,
backside. Throw to center
I
again,
love
and
Metanoris,
Alpha
but-
54 is right there.
No, the way Complexity played in that series
Godsmilla
against
now
Method.
has Tho, and
Could go both
Remco
ways.
cuts that play out immediately. Noli will try again, but Alpha will scale the backboard and send it away
I'm gonna
yet
keep
again.
up with TSM
One of the big
now. I
differences
think
between
TSM's gonna
the
take it all the way.
championship series and the rival series is timing. These rival series
I
teams, you're
watch
seeing it
Alpha
right here. They
54
think they've got just a little more time
these
than they
teams every
actually
once in a
do.
while. It doesn't
The
seem a lot,
championship
but-
series teams are just so fast to get to the ball and put challenges up and down the field.
It's Metsonaris, Alpha,
Metsonaris
and
over one, but Tho is waiting right there in
He's
front of that
left into
midfield
TSM.
boost. Can't get another touch though, and another wasted opportunity. Alpha now will
Jet,
go
you gonna
one
be
over
playing
the
later,
side.
bro?
He's got Metsonaris to help him clear. Noli. I think he was trying to get that
Oh,
one
dude, I
down a
just
little
threw
bit
that
towards
way. My
Tho.
volume problem
Instead,
was.
it's cleared downfield and almost put in off of Godsmilla.
And here comes Metza looking for that double going down, though. Reads that waterfall well, but TSM keeping
Reads
pressure
that
in the
waterfall
blue
well.
half. Singularity unable to do anything. Noli, though, looking for a pass down to Godsmilla,
Oh,
cut
man.
off from Metsonaris. And
Oh,
there's
man.
that speed we were talking about, Stacks.
Yet another
Uh-oh.
low-scoring game coming down to the final 30 seconds. 1-0 to TSM, trying to kill off the final 15 seconds. Remco with plenty of boost to do so from the ceiling, almost spiked down on that ball. That big shot from Alpha, that doesn't find the mark.
The
Metsonaris
pressure.
put one way high, and it's given an opportunity
TSM
to
is all over
Singularity,
them right
but
now.
Noli couldn't control it.
Uh-oh.
They still at least get a shot off
Uh-oh.
downfield. Though we'll
Goal
have
play?
this.
Oh,
It's a
that's
good
crazy.
infield pass, but a
Here we
big
go.
defensive clear
That's
by
it.
Metsonaris.
It's game one in the bag.
TSM, boy, they looked a lot like the old San Antonio Spurs. Just
They had
not a
one
lot
play
of
left.
action there,
Nope.
but
Game.
enough to frustrate
Oh,
you
the
on the
boomer.
defensive end.
Yeah, that's a great analogy there, Stacks. They're not
Is the
playing
game already over for
anything
you?
too crazy,
Yeah.
but it's just good.
Yeah, the
solid
latency is a little bit
defense.
different on every
All
one.
players rotating
yeah.
through the zone, all players
I think
putting
it's because I'm
just
getting
good pressure at
Snapchats and
midfield,
messages
not
and
allowing
trying
Singularity
to
to
figure out what I'm
get
doing for
comfortable.
this
But look at this
Friendsgiving
pass
/
from
Secret Santa
Remco,
thing I'm
hits
doing with my homies.
Metsonaris on a dime, and he follows the double tap up to give TSM the only goal of the game, but that's all they needed.
Are these the worst kind of games to lose, though? I mean, you see this for now the fourth time seeing that replay. For Godsmilla, you got to have that ball. And then that's got to eat away at you for the next 2 to 3 minutes while you still get stifled. You don't get any shots. I mean, they got 4 shots all game. Turns out that one mistake is the difference, and now
Can you
they
hear
have
me
to
well, bud?
reset going on to Neo Tokyo.
Well, if this team wants to propel themselves into the RLCS, get used to having your mistakes punished, because that's what's going to happen. Any small mistake you make, especially in your own zone, in the top of the, or in the middle of the box,
I really
you're going to
wish
get scored on.
I
So
could
they need to fix those mistakes. You've got to
turn
let it go,
down
though. You
chat
have to get
and
that out of your mind.
everything.
Focus
Not
on
chat,
game number
the
2,
Twitch
because they kept it
stream.
tight. They didn't allow a run of the
Without
score.
turning your
They
voice
kept
down
TSM
also.
right there with them, but there was no midfield control from Singularity. They couldn't push forward at all. Passing plays got cut off. They were too slow, and they were just really just showing their hands way too much.
Metsonaris, a Player of the Day candidate, and he is looking to add to his resume here. Had a strong series earlier on to get to within 1 match of retaining their spot in the RLCS. Remco have that ball blocked away to the Singularity corner. Now Metsonaris with a good challenge. Alpha turns away, and actually both Alpha and Remco turning tail and running back to their own zone. Now Alpha, powerful pass out to Remco, and Noli will have it, as Remco didn't get any power behind the shot.
That's a good touch there from Noli over to Godsmilla. But I'd like to see Godsmilla maybe try and hold that one a little closer to his chest. Great defensive demo to give that ball over to Tho and give themselves a look at offense.
So plays
All right,
one
I'm
in,
back.
but
I'm
not
making some
all
food.
that close to the net. Alpha will
You
get
good?
credit for a save. Now Remco banking another ball out across midfield, and Singularity will back up and try it again. Godsmilla now. Up against Metsonaris. Metsonaris is going to turn back and let somebody else take this challenge. That somebody else is Remco, and he gets there just ahead of Tho. Now Noli.
Dude, I'm
Off
so
the
happy
corner,
that
but
I figured out how
nobody
to
there
get
for
in
Singularity again.
Discord
Godsmilla
chat,
comes in a little late.
voice chat.
Save made by Remco.
Yeah, it'll make your life a lot easier
It
too.
feels like
If you game.
Yeah.
almost
I
goalie
have a
practice
couple
right now
buddies
for
that are in
TSM.
Discord
That
that I
bump
play
there
with
from
on
Alpha
PC and
was
Xbox,
beautiful. He
and
got the player pushed
I never
forward in
talked
front
to
of the
him,
ball,
but
looking
they
for the
both have
pass, but
Discord,
no
so-
way Alpha's going to let you just see it through.
now I know.
Metsonaris and Alpha. It'll be
Now I'll
Alpha who
have to
takes
tell him, like, yo, I'm
over.
gonna
And
get up
boy,
to
is
Discord
he
this
ever the
time.
Alpha.
Good catch here.
Dude,
in the
Alpha with
corner,
the
and
carry,
keeps
though.
it on top of his hood
Yeah.
and carries it all the way through the net.
God.
Alpha with his first goal of the series.
And only 3 in the series earlier today against Method. We've been talking a lot about how Alpha has not looked like at all what he looked like in the early part of this season and all last season when he was, of course, the European RLCS MVP. Godsmilla, tough angle to go up for this ball. Metanoris will beat him to the punch. Now Though, tough shot, it's on target, and Remco makes the save, not without a little bit of drama. Alpha trying to interfere with Though, maybe get a redirect, but Though is able to make the clear and start this downfield for Singularity, who have not scored in almost 8 minutes. And this will be saved away by Remco.
Yeah, those shots are just way too weak. Easily saved. You're not making TSM have to think at all. It's just pure mechanics
Where are you
coming
at in
through
stream?
from
I'm just curious how far
TSM.
behind
And
you I am.
speaking of mechanics, Metanoris putting them on display.
About
There
229.
has only been 1 assist because
I'm
players like
fucking so
Metanoris
behind.
are
This is terrible.
freakishly good at their best. Drops that down, and the defense from Singularity lacking a little
Oh.
bit there. Somebody's got to go up
Oh,
and challenge him, and nobody
Metanoris.
did.
If you give TSM, any member of TSM, that much space, that much time with the ball, they're going to make you pay.
Double commit by Singularity, Though, and Noli. It may turn into a goal all the same, but Tho's last touch pushed it all the way across the net.
Yeah, Noli had the angle on that, but that was just an inadvertent touch there. Pressure not able to be kept. TSM just bombs it downfield. Good catch from Noli and gets it over Remco, but Remco gets the slightest touch to throw the offense off for Singularity.
Godsmilla dropping one down. It'll be played out by Metanoris. Deep into the Singularity corner. And Metanoris trying to chase down Though in that corner. Though does elude him. Doesn't take the midfield boost. Left it for a teammate. That teammate Godsmilla, but he missed the ball entirely. So Noli will try. Coming around the corner. Got this ball centered, and Remco will clear it right over to Alpha. Something we did not see a whole lot of throughout league play is TSM working as a team to work their way downfield. They're doing that all day today so far in the promotion tournament.
Oh, Godsmilla up off the ceiling. That one got away from him. Gonna turn this ball over to TSM, but Remco, nothing in the tank. Gonna allow Noli. Look at the challenge from Remco. Nothing there, and still able to get a touch on that ball.
Popped right back into the Singularity half of the field, but only out to midfield where Metanoris can dump it right back in. Singularity scoring opportunities have been few and far between in the first 10 minutes of this series. Metanoris up against Though. Though does drop it to the corner, and it will be played back downfield. Noli, not sure what he was trying to do there. Maybe get it to the corner. Godsmilla will try. Needs to play this himself, and Metanoris beats him to it. Though will try on the follow-up. Alpha has the save.
Hey, how
And
much
TSM are just lining up
League is
at their
about
back line,
demoing now.
challenging Singularity to try and beat them. It's not working
Whoa.
out, and then Alpha almost put the game away for certain.
Dude, that's all it is
Time
anymore.
For Singularity to have a sense of
Yeah.
urgency here. Less than 30 seconds to go, still chasing 2. And they're just pushing the ball away from themselves. They need to
You
get
see that almost
creative
made
here
shot
to
there?
Try and open up something
Yeah.
on offense.
Shit was
because if
ridiculous.
not, Alpha almost scoring another one
I
here
just
in
saw
game
it.
number 2.
So for Noli, last-ditch effort for Singularity, and they do not convert. TSM seconds away from another shutout, and they've got it.
2 in a row, just denying Singularity any type of offense here. Every single passing play that's starting to develop, it seems like Remco's right there to break it up.
Singularity held scoreless for yet another 5 minutes, and it's Metanoris adding another loud goal. Alpha, he has been a large part of this, but again, 5 saves from Remco. Not something you'd expect from TSM because they're a team that, while they didn't allow a ton of shots, they didn't make many saves. Nobody made a save on that one from Alpha.
Well, look at the catch from Alpha here. He
Yeah.
gets the ball off the side wall, and then the
Just trying to
ability to
chill
catch it
there,
that quickly
and everybody
and
wants
not
to
get
hang
it
out.
bouncing off your
Yeah.
hood. That's just good
What?
car control right there. How do you stop
But I'm just
that
trying to
as a
chill
defender?
today, and everybody wants to
The
hang
short
out.
answer is you
Uh-oh.
don't, Subi, and
I've
that
been
is
going over to a buddy's
the
house, and
option
we've been
that
watching
Team
this
Singularity
anime
has
together,
opted
kind of
for,
like,
and
get
while
out
it
of the
was a
house.
bold strategy,
Yeah.
it has not worked
That's
out.
good.
And Remco there getting the MVP with 5
You say you're
saves,
watching-
only
what are you
one
watching?
shot. The saves
My Hero?
coming in crucial for his team, but I
My
think
Hero
most
Academia?
importantly, cutting off all
Yeah,
the passing lanes that
episode
Team
came out
Singularity
yesterday,
were
or
trying to
yeah,
develop.
yesterday.
I haven't watched that show yet. I hear
Yeah,
it's
they
good.
were a menace at
It is
midfield.
good.
Singularity was,
It,
while they got their
Demon
shots,
Slayer, Attack on
eventually,
Titan, my
they weren't
hero.
high-quality shots.
are the only three
yeah,
animes
they
I
had
watched,
shots, and
and
yes, there were saves.
I really need to get
but
into some
that's
more.
probably
of
the
them, but
easiest 5-save performance Remco's ever had.
Yeah, not many
Yeah, the
saves.
Titan
You
is
can see
falling
it
too, I
coming
need to
from
watch.
a mile away. You just got to put your body in front of it and knock it to the corner. But right now, Team Singularity
Attack on
looking to
Titan's
get
a
their
good one.
first win
I
here
would
in game number 3.
Prefer that. That's a good one.
Metsonoris will push a shot wide that Tho gets a piece of, and
Uh-oh.
the ball is centered for
Uh-oh.
Alpha. Somebody's got to go
Oh.
up top to defend. Nobody did, and they're going to be counting their lucky stars that Alpha is still not quite the Alpha of old.
And Noli just gives that ball right to Alpha, though.
Just so
Trying to
good at
clear it
flying.
downfield. It's just going to be bombed right
Aggravating.
back. Team Singularity need to figure out
Oh.
some way to get this ball out of their half.
Well, TSM have figured out, much like the old Widom girls pioneered back in Season 1, just throw the ball at the backboard, and if nobody's going to defend it, then you're going to have a field day. That's exactly what TSM is doing. Metsonoris again, throwing another one high. That will be saved by Noli.
Dude,
But Alpha
TSM
brings
is just
another
banging
one
it
in
off
high
the
out of the
backboard
corner,
and going
and
up.
it will be cleared by Godsmilla.
They're
60
quick,
seconds
man.
of
I'm telling you,
sustained
they're just gonna
offense
run
so
over
far. Remco
Singularity.
Just barely missing that upper 90, and a breakaway opportunity cut off by Metsonoris. And
Stealing
Alpha with a
boost,
great touch
making-
there, not allowing
Yep.
Noli to
Hitting
rotate
bangers.
through. And a dangerous ball at the top of the field, but there it is. The clear finally out of the blue half. And Singularity looking for some type of offense here.
Must have been about 5 or 6
Oh.
times TSM put
Nice
that ball
back.
up on the back wall or anywhere near it, near the net, and only one time was it actually defended up there by Singularity, and now they're going to be back on the back foot yet again. Remco should be able to bring this back across, but he's going to have a tough time with that. That kicked out a little further than expected. And because of that, Singularity can set up on offense. Godsmilla upstairs, and Alpha will send it away.
They need to get away from that backboard. They keep trying to work it, but TSM's just sitting up there. They've got a campfire going and just denying every single double touch attempt that's coming through.
Good pass this time from Godsmilla to
Banger.
Noli. Finally an infield
Hey, I'm
pass and a
surprised no one went
blistering
after
shot.
that.
We were all waiting
again,
for it,
it
and
looks like
Godsmilla
they're
waits at the perfect time
whacking on
and
boost.
feeds Noli just past midfield. And there it is, the
Singularity
first
looks like
goal
they're-
in the series for Team Singularity.
Like,
11 minutes
oh,
and
what a
59
shot. What a
seconds.
pass.
Yeah,
into
dude, what
the
a
series.
banger there.
Singularity on the board. 3 minutes left in game 3. And it could be a very short-lived lead. Metsonoris drops one down to Alpha. The accuracy not quite on point, and now Noli's going to be looking for Remco. Got a piece of him, and he'll score.
Didn't have the boost to carry the ball all the way to the net, so just go upside down and look for Remco. Takes him out of the picture, just bodies him up. Man, those are fun to watch.
Alpha almost got there, but almost only counts in horseshoes. 2:46 remaining.
That play was nuts.
Metsonoris will give a look to this ball. Now finally played after Godsmilla didn't get the touch he was looking for.
Wow, dude.
Noli.
Yeah,
will
what a
leave
what a
it one
bump.
Though, but that's going to
Yeah.
be cleared
See,
by
The bumping and
TSM.
demoing
Now Alpha,
aggravates
another
me,
save,
but at
and
the
more
same
importantly,
time,
he
like,
collected
if
that
you
ball,
can,
and he
if
didn't
you
clear
get
it
good bumps and
downfield.
stuff like that, it,
Godsmilla was just trying to
you
keep
can't
the
be
defense
mad.
honest there.
Like, you just got
Remco, over
outplayed,
one,
you know?
over 2, and now Alpha.
Yeah, I will.
against
You have to do so
Godsmilla,
many
but
squishy
does
bumps,
not have the boost
squishy
to
bumps,
follow it
squishy
up.
saves.
And now a counter
That's how my
attack
twos
opportunity
gameplay
for
is. I do a
Singularity.
lot of
It's gonna
demos
go by
in
the
twos.
wayside. Alpha's onto this, looking for Metsonoris. He found him, but didn't get a lot of power.
Yeah.
That ball still
Yeah,
pinged
if
near the
I-
goal
if I
line,
bang
and
her off the back
Godsmilla
wall,
sweeps it away.
and then
Beautiful
with someone
pass to
good
the top
enough,
of
I
the box,
usually go
but no
for the
one
demo
available
on the
from
goalie.
TSM. Though on
Set up my
target and puts it
teammates
in.
for that.
Singularity
You know,
up
hopefully
by
that double
3.
tap off the backboard or that.
Just a loose
put
ball
in.
downfield, a little bit of chaos. TSM thought for
Do you
sure
do a lot
they
of
had
training
goal
packs and everything?
could not recover.
When I
That ball
first
looked
started
like
playing,
it
I
had
did.
eyes
I
on
kind
its
of
way
got away
through,
from
off
it.
of the hood of
I really need
Foe,
to get back in
and
and do
a
my
3-goal lead for
um,
Singularity. Just the answer they were
aerial
looking for.
training.
Where's this team been at the entire series? It took them a little while to figure out TSM, but now they're rolling on every single gear.
Remco will pop it downfield, but Noli's going to be there for it. Nobody from TSM forward at all. Popped up for Metsonoris to try to clear downfield. He'll need Remco's help. Remco, another touch, no
Dude,
tough
Singularity
angle.
is
And
firing
Metzenores
on
is
all
way
cylinders,
too
you know.
far back. He'll have to turn around. And Remco's
Dude, they are,
gonna
dude. They're
help
lighting
him
up
on his
right
way
now.
back. Noli, ceiling, drop down for Tho, and Remco's right there. And with the help of Alpha, they clear out to midfield.
Good challenge from Noli. The ball did go off of Metzenaris, but don't allow him to go uncontested. And Team Singularity, good midfield control here. The shot from Noli over to Alpha, easily turned away, and Alpha's gonna look for a carry here. Godsmilla there for the challenge, but the demo comes through.
Uh-oh.
The net opens up and Remco fires.
Well, Remco was scoring left and right in the series earlier on. He gets the cleanup job here after the demo by
Go
Alpha.
faster.
And TSM certainly has life.
Sorry,
These
sorry,
RLCS teams, they can score in rapid succession. We saw it yesterday in North America. No lead is safe. As Tho tries to disrupt TSM. Metzenores
Oh,
over to
that one.
Remco, and that's cut out
Yep.
by Noli.
They got this. Don't worry. They're gonna score 2 real
Tho
quick.
will drop this to the corner. Noli
You know,
to
that's the
Tho,
crazy
but
part.
intercepted by Metzenores. Alpha now, does he have a second?
Double!
And just like that, we're within one
Oh.
stacks. The pass coming out from Metzenaris, but the double tap just so pretty from Alpha. He goes left and a cross-body
double now.
shot. That's not an easy task
Alpha
to do.
54
Juicy.
slamming it in.
There was a team called Savage. You might have
Oh
heard of
my
them.
God, dude.
They dominated in the
Alpha
rival
is
series and
disgusting
easily
for
promoted into the RLCS. Now Alpha, a member of that team, then
That's such
becoming
crazy
FC
card control.
Barcelona. He's found his way over to TSM. Metzenores. All the way around to Alpha, who will play this over. Ice in the veins of the leader of this squad. He may score here on the doorstep.
Dude,
No,
this
it's shut out
Ravens
by
49ers game is
Godsmilla
getting
and friends. Though that's going to be high, and Alpha and TSM will get one more look as he brushes right by Tho. Once more stopped by Noli. Metzenores laterally out, and Remco.
Ah.
Team Singularity
They're
hangs on
fighting
for
there at the
dear
end.
life, and they have a game.
On by a deer or a near thread. I'm sorry. Team Singularity looking like a brand new team from the beginning
Wow.
of the series,
It's kind of
holding TSM at bay here.
And it was a full team effort from Team Singularity. Everybody had their certain parts of the game where they excelled, and obviously Noli was absolutely
left
insane, but it
and
was
it's
this
tied
one.
17-17
Godsmilla
for the
to
Raiders,
Tho,
49ers.
just getting enough power behind there. It was a great counterattack.
Are you a
It was
49ers
actually-
fan?
It was Noli that set everything
No,
up
I'm a Chargers
right
fan.
before that replay with a big
Oh, we were just
Saw
watching the game.
Metzenaris coming in really late. Could have probably swung on that back.
I thought you were a fan of one of the
on
teams,
that
too.
back wall for a better look at a challenge. And good heads-up play to shoot that ball over the entire defense, just on target. Team Singularity, they're not looking at having to force a reverse sweep yet. Well, actually at all.
Yeah, well, they got out of the blocks very slowly, just 4 shots in that one game, and we wondered, how would they recover? Could they recover mentally from a game that they had to have felt that they kind of gave away to TSM? And they have 9 shots in each of the last 2 games, and they finally get one on the board.
Just when they needed it, man. I mean, they've kept Alpha at bay. That is how you stop this team. Every time Alpha had the ball on his hood, someone was there to challenge him. I think they learned, hey, you can't just let him dribble it down the field because he's not going to just drop the ball off of his hood. He's going to carry it through. He's going to aim at net, and we've seen how deadly he's been.
4 shots, 9 shots, and 9 shots. What does Singularity have for an encore as they try to tie up the series now? They have Alpha to contend with, and they have contended with him rather easily. And that pass will find Tho. It takes 16
What a play.
Just a little nudge pass going
I'm
towards
not
the
there.
top of the
I
box
didn't
gets
see it,
Alpha
damn
out
it.
of the equation. The net's wide open. Team Singularity start game 4 with a bang.
This was starting to look like a series where it was going to illustrate the clear divide between RLCS and rival series teams this season. Remembering, of course, that Singularity and Method were the 3rd and 4th seeds, rather than the 1st and 2nd that you would normally face in a typical promotion tournament. All of a sudden, Singularity has come alive. Alpha's just gone a bit wide there. Remco will come on, try to play a shot on.
Yeah,
That's saved
Ravens
by
efficient.
Noli, and he'll go right through Metzenores to Alpha.
Alpha space given, boost in the tank, ball towards net, but a little too wide, and Noli just sends it up the wall. Good defense here from Team Singularity, and that one getting away from Noli. Good challenge from Remco, though, is going to push it in the orange half.
Metsonoris will pop that up and leave it for Alpha. Good job by Remco on the other side. You may have just seen a glimpse of him grabbing that boost, making sure that TSM does not get starved out. Noli has Remco challenging from the ceiling. Brilliant defensive play from a wily veteran.
Don't even let him get that
Yeah, that was a
reset.
nuts
You see him
demo
going
play.
up for it, take it away. And Noli can't beat out Alpha, but Godsmilla all the way downfield, forcing Metsonoris to go up and use a lot of boost.
Godsmilla with 27 as he goes up.
Godsmilla.
Noli will keep it in the zone. Noli waiting for someone to play the ball towards him. Instead, though, comes in. Doesn't have a second touch. That goes over Godsmilla. What a quick counterattack. Lightning fast as Metsonoris ties the game.
No, don't say
Beautiful
anything.
redirect all
I'm
the way
behind.
downfield, but the pass from Alpha right on point.
Here
And
we go.
just like that, TSM back alive.
Noli not having that boost proved costly for Singularity and to
Wow.
go
Banger.
wide down the
I
sideline
love
to
Metsonoris.
collect that corner boost.
Yeah, the doink.
Wasn't able to get back in front of the net. Noli drops this for Tho, and that's well read by Alpha. Not giving Singularity any hope at all as that's going to be dropped
What
down
a
and cleared
play.
by Noli. But man, Alpha had a ton of time and space, and what was that from Tho and Godsmilla?
That was just a little tie up there on their defensive end, but he's trying to get Alpha out of his mind because he almost got right
Dude,
there.
Alpha is nutty.
Lot of
Yeah, he
traffic
is.
down in the corner of the TSM zone. Metsonoris will play this out over Godsmilla again, but this time Noli is behind him. Alpha to Metsonoris, trying to drop one to Remco, though intercepts. He cut it out
Hope
very
the double
nicely,
commit.
but they could not
I don't
get
know when to
a
follow up.
quality shot on.
Great
Noli will
back
drop.
pass to keep possession in the orange half here.
Now Remco, straight downfield, looking for the corner. Alpha happens to be there, but though meets him in the corner. That corner boost is going to sit there for a while after the demo traded by Godsmilla. Now Alpha. Oh, he can definitely get a second touch here. Drop down for Metsonoris, and Tho is in the way. Remco can't adjust. The ball coming off the side. Nobody's back, and Tho rolls it home.
Good comms here from Team Singularity to let Tho know net's wide open. Just launch it down the field. And just like that, Team Singularity go up by one.
Back and forth they go, and now we're seeing that lackadaisical defense
Wow, just
start
gave
to
it
come back
to
and
him.
haunt TSM. They gave up 2 goals a season,
This
or 2
game.
goals a game during the regular season. You show me a team that gives up 2 goals
I was gonna
a season,
say.
might as well crown them as
The
world
bad
champions.
push by Remco.
Up and around, it will be Metsonoris and Alpha both going after this
Open
ball.
it, open
Nobody's at the net, and Godsmilla will dish it home.
Pulls off the dish out of the corner. Good
What
steal
a
here to
play.
get the ball
That's
from
what I'm talking
TSM.
about.
Gathers up that boost and just uses the side roll to put the ball on net.
Another communication breakdown from TSM.
Wow.
They fall behind by 2
That's hella
as
sad.
Team Singularity
Watch you
threatening
shit
to
on you.
tie up this series. Alpha challenged by Tho. Remco just flops in the air,
I
and
don't know,
Noli
man.
has his
He's
shot saved by
looking
Alpha.
pretty
Follow-up
fucking-
will be deflected away by Remco.
Pretty
He
It's
can
gonna
turn
be,
it down.
yeah, dude, it's gonna be
We've
tough for
seen
TSM.
Score in bunches late in games, including last game. They almost erased a 3-0 deficit, but this will not help. Intercepted by Noli, finished by Tho.
The pass coming off
Nuts,
is just
dude.
a
Just
sight
nutty
to
plays out here
behold.
today.
Comes down, and this
is
team
the
has
kind of rocket we
figured
got,
out
like, watch.
Yeah,
midfield
dude.
control and more
These are the
importantly,
games I love.
infield passing.
That may
What a
have
shot.
erased any suspense here in Game 4. Remco can't score off the kickoff. Those dropped one right down to Alpha. This could be trouble, but Godsmilla is there to back him up. 1 minute remains now for Remco and TSM to try and mount a comeback. Alpha now to the ceiling, challenged by Godsmilla, and that's much more active defense than we're used to seeing out of Singularity.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you doing letting him come off the ceiling like that? You know he's going to hold on to that flip till the last second, but finally, Godsmilla came in and said, no way, you're not getting that one.
Godsmilla trying to dribble around and kill even more time off this clock. Remco will make the save, but it just seems too little too late for TSM. Even if they can score here, which they very well might with Alpha in charge, but Noli makes the save and the clear. Godsmilla got in front of Alpha yet again.
The plays, though.
Will get over top of Metzanorris, and that will definitely do it.
Gets it over Metza and the entire TSM defense.
Yeah, they had thrown caution into the wind, had to just pull the goalie at that point, chase after the game. They may get one with no time left, but they will not. And Team Singularity has
taking
tied
game
things
4
up at 2 apiece.
Right?
And if there's ever been a team that has turned around completely in a
They're
series,
showing dominance
this is
over
one of them. This team is
arguably
showing
one of the better-
you their results.
Yeah, the last 2
This
games
team
they
is showing
destroyed
you their
TSM.
Grit and tenacity, and just learning this TSM team and how they're trying to play in midfield and taking away all angles and cutting plays away. But this
Bo
one
Dillon?
right here has got to hurt for TSM and Remco.
yeah,
He's gotta
I think
have
yeah,
that
went
punch.
school with
His
them.
team was totally relying on it.
You should
A
have.
team that averages
I got him for
9
Secret Santa.
shots a game throughout the
Nice.
regular season and last week's
Yeah.
playoffs racks
I
up
think
10,
we're doing like a-
including 7 from Godsmilla.
I don't remember
One of
what
them
our
found
minimum
net.
maximum,
It was of little
maximum amount
consequence
of
as
money
Team
we're
Singularity
releasing.
wins by 3.
Yeah, and so far, Metzanorris, the
Yeah, we don't
only
do anything
player
for Christmas.
on TSM getting involved every
Yeah,
single game.
Yeah, what's up,
it
Chris?
wasn't my idea.
Remco
but I
and
enjoy
Alpha
it.
need to do a little bit
Yeah,
more here.
they
if
used to have, like,
TSM
cool
wants a
Christmas parties
chance
and stuff
at
and
taking
giveaways.
Singularity down.
They got the
Goal
dealership,
front,
but
though, it is his
they haven't done
4th
that in
of
years.
the series, and boy, Team Singularity has, as you mentioned, turned things around, and now we kind of shift mentally over to TSM, a team that
I
has
don't
seen
get it.
Murphy's Law be enforced.
That
time
ball
and
was
time
rolling
again.
across
They
the
almost
ground.
gave up a 3-1
No
lead to Method
momentum
earlier.
going
They've
towards
lost
goal
a 2-0
whatsoever.
lead here. How
And
did they get back
Theo
into this series?
hit it into
You
the
gotta
goal
take
at
control of
80 miles
midfield
an
again,
hour
and we
from
were seeing
midfield.
them get very
It's all- dude,
aggressive
I'm telling you, man, it's all about that
demoing,
ball
and then
control.
They've just turned silent.
I just don't
Kind
get
of
how
crawled
he
into
got.
their caves and
I mean, I get
just
it. You hit with
turtled
the right
up
part
on
of your
defense.
car.
I want to
it's
see
gonna
them
help
play a
get
little
it.
more aggressive up
The
and down the
oomph
field.
It needs, but that's just
This
crazy.
is not the last chance for either of these teams. Complexity Gaming is waiting for the loser of this match in our final match of the day. But we could still have another 3 games left here between TSM and Team Singularity. Alpha plays all the way to the corner, and Noli will take control. Noli got bumped by Metzanorris, so he can't follow this play, so Alpha will take over. Remco and Metza way back in front of their own net, almost expecting something to go wrong, and when nothing did, they were too slow to react.
Godsmilla good pass over, but nobody home there. Just gives that ball right over to Alpha, and a good challenge there. Controlling midfield all by himself here. Gets that boost away from Metzanorris, not allowing him to push too far forward.
Godsmilla missed that entirely, so now Remco can play it right back in. And Tho needed to make sure he got a lot of air under this. Now
Yeah, my
Alpha
headset's fine.
trying to set one up, and that
Yeah,
is
I
missed,
guess
but
I didn't charge
Godsmilla
it,
will
I
take
think.
over.
Oh, you got a wireless
Actually works in their
headset?
favor.
Yeah.
Godsmilla out of the corner as Tho coming on.
Apparently, I
One more
didn't
touch.
touch my phone,
He's
so.
got it right between the eyes.
Brookie coming out when this team needs him the most. Good pass from Godsmilla, and Remco just left spinning around in net. The double tap coming from Tho.
Team Singularity continues their furious comeback charge, trying to run out in front of
You
TSM
ever
in the
watch One
series.
Piece, the anime?
I used to, yeah.
Godsmilla.
On like Tsunami or whatever,
Yeah.
Cartoon Network and stuff.
Trying to pitch that downfield. He
Yeah,
didn't
I've
get
never
all of
watched
it.
it, but
And now Godsmilla will
the
intercept
guy,
that at the
Bo,
midfield line, but that's
huge
going to
One
be taken
Piece
over
fan,
by
loves
Metzanorris.
it.
He steals the corner.
Yeah,
post.
it wasn't bad when I
Godsmilla
watched
only has
it.
3 to work with, and
it's
3 is
become
out.
one of the people say
Shaky
it's
comms there coming out from Tho and Godsmilla, neither one knowing who's going to go. Tho
arguably
bombs
one of
it
the best animes
downfield.
ever made.
Man, he's
Damn.
hungry to get more goals.
It
He wants
just got
another
better,
hat trick,
like-
just like in
Yeah, I watched like
Three years
Naruto and stuff. I haven't watched animes in
Almost actually
forever.
was centered by Noli, and a shot
got like
in is going to
800
be saved
episodes
away.
now.
Pinched off the crossbar. Now Godsmilla, as the pressure's ramping up from Singularity.
Ooh, man,
Almost
I
seems
gotta get
like a
better
matter
with
of
my
time
bangers,
before they
my
break
clears.
through. But a
Get
clever
good
clear
at
by
timing the
Alpha,
ball, hitting the
critical for
ground,
TSM,
hitting, like,
and they turn it
hitting the
into
ball when
offense
it
on the
hits
other
the ground,
side.
I mean.
Metzanorus wants that one back.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm telling you. You guys gotta hit. You gotta hit
But
training.
called out that clear
That's what it's all
coming from
about,
the weak
honestly.
side. Good heads
I
up
train for like
play,
at least an hour a
Metzanorus
day.
Putting it towards midfield. Good challenge here from Remco to give them space and an offensive opportunity.
Come on.
So
Yes, sir.
up against Alpha. Godsmilla has missed this one entirely. So
Sounds
looking
Noli
good.
will meet Remco.
No, it's not.
Godsmilla back over to Noli, and
Yeah, I'm
probably
still, like,
Noli's
10
telling him,
seconds
"Oh,
behind you,
nice
so this
pass,
is
but I don't have
crazy.
anything to work with."
I hear your reactions, and I'm like, oh god, oh
Godsmilla
god, oh
does
god,
have
oh god.
stuff to work with, and he might have a little more boost if he tried to steal the corner. Instead, it's Alpha.
It's crazy how much they trust
Alpha
themselves to go
around
for
Noli.
50s
Remco
at the-
running
in the middle of the
interference.
field, at
Blow
the
him
top
up
of the
and
map.
go right through.
By one and just let your teammate take out the other. Alpha by Noli there, and a good heads-up play from his teammate Remco. TSM tying this game up just in the second half.
He's got it. The demo.
TSM getting that answer that they
I
had
hate
lacked
that.
in previous
Yeah, he got
games,
God, dude.
and much sooner
Yeah,
than
what are you
before.
supposed to do?
You just gotta be more aware.
Claimed by
You
Tho.
just caught him sleeping.
Intercepted by Alpha,
Yeah.
who's got Metzanorus streaking down the side, but now to be Noli. One-on-one against Remco, but the first touch got away from him. Now Alpha to the corner. He'll have Metzanorus waiting, and waiting for eternity. The pass never got there. Remco trying to pop one by Noli. No luck.
What up?
Now Tho to the backboard, has to be cleared by Remco. He didn't get out of the zone, but it does fall to Metzanorus. Well done by the TSM
No,
defense.
I'm live right now on Facebook and
Good
stuff too.
cut
By the way,
from
whoever's
Tho
in
to
here.
Keep that ball away from Alpha. If there's anyone carrying the ball downfield for TSM that you don't want, it's got to be Alpha.
Who is this, by the way?
Metzanorus with nothing left in the tank. He will get
Who?
a fortuitous middle boost spawn,
Prince, like,
and that
up
leads
to,
to a shot that
Jet.
finds the net.
And
Good play
sometime
here coming
Oh,
out
yeah,
from
yeah, what's up,
Remco. Just so willing to pass the ball to his teammate, goes right over Noli's head, and TSM take the lead.
Noli just a
Yeah, I'm streaming on like Twitch,
split
Facebook, and
indecisiveness,
YouTube right now,
and with
and Steam.
70 ticks on
What
the
a
clock,
shot,
it is
Metzanorus.
TSM back in
Nice.
front. Trying to pull ahead for the first time since
I'm
losing
you
a
on Twitch, I'm
two-game
gonna jump in
lead.
your
2 up for
channel.
TSM.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's up?
Alpha
And I'm
drops
streaming
down to Remco. It's
RLCS
gonna
right
be
now.
Godsmilla who gets there first.
The promotion tournament.
Tho gets a piece of Alpha.
Get to
That'll
watch
take him out of the
BMS
play for a
make a
moment.
comeback.
He'll try to recover and does from behind Noli. Now Tho to pinch one.
first
in
time
front.
they've had the lead in, like, 2
Godsmilla
games.
Waiting there.
Yeah.
Tho up top, and that's sent away by Remco.
Oh, that miss right there is gonna hurt him. Gonna lead to a turnover and a chance for TSM. Noli, the ball at midfield, using a lot of boost to carry it through, but good 50-50 win there. Keeps it in TSM's half, but Alpha with the ball, look out.
Godsmilla, or Alpha out of the corner. This goes
Woo!
ricochets all around. Metzanorus credited with a huge goal
Ouch,
for TSM.
man.
What a play.
Who turned on the bouncy ball mutator? This thing just back and forth, and Metzanorus just forcing it in and giving a little bit of space to TSM.
Oh,
That may have put Game 5 away. It's got to be a frenzied comeback for Team Singularity, and right now the ball's going the wrong way. Now Tho pops one, trying to get over Alpha. This will drop down, and Noli's shot sent away by Metzanorus. Noli brings one more in. Tho is there. He's going to need a little more help, and he's not going to get it. That's going
Yeah,
to
they got
drop
about
down,
5 more
and
minutes.
TSM are one win away from yet another dance in the RLCS.
Plug him in.
Chiefs game's about to start.
Everybody
Wheelan,
take
thanks
a
for
little
subscribing, dude, to
breather.
YouTube, by the way.
TSM just
Yeah,
came
no problem.
through
I really appreciate
when
that,
it
man.
looked like they were out of this match.
Hey, if you
entirely.
can't, go to YouTube and just look up
Just
Butzinator and
took the
subscribe,
pressure
guys.
Completely off
I didn't know you got a
themselves and turned it
YouTube. What the
around,
hell?
put it on
All right.
Singularity, but man,
Like I
if
said, when the
Singularity
night
is showing
comes
us
up,
anything,
my
it's that they're
time
not
stub will
going
be up,
down
and I'll
without
use
a
that
fight.
on you.
Yeah, it has been back
Thanks,
and
dude. Yeah, I'm trying to go
forth
big on
games at a
YouTube and
time.
everything, too. I just gotta
TSM
start
win 2 in a
bringing
row
out
this
some
time
videos.
around. It'll be curtains for Singularity. What a goal by Metzanorus.
my
Just
feet fall
looking
off
what
my
I
way.
found in midfield with that
And
boost
just drive
spawning.
across the freaking
And
ground and shit.
Nobody, I don't think he even expected Metzanorus to be there. I think he had
Just cut
tunnel
him off
vision
so
on
I
the
don't have
ball.
to deal
Well,
with it.
absolutely. You don't expect
Oh,
a
you
pass
just
coming
made
out
the
from Remco.
channel.
Good
Yeah.
unselfish play there from TSM. And that leads to the victory there. But most impressive is the
I got a
saves
Facebook
that
page,
TSM
too.
are
It's-
putting on the board.
I've got, like,
They're denying shot after
over
shot
200
that
likes
Team
now on it,
Singularity are
200
trying to
followers
come
and stuff.
through with, and
I
it's
wonder
not
how
easy
Rocket
shots.
League
It's
is
those
doing on
midfield
Mixer.
passing plays
Yeah,
that
Facebook, I
the
wouldn't
pass
follow
comes in
that
hot
because
and the
I
shot
don't
comes in even
use
hotter,
that thing.
and TSM are just
I
holding
don't
their
even know what
ground.
that looks
And
like
to put them
anymore.
over a little bit more, imagine these shots
That
are
seems to
coming
be
in
the thing
at
with
a
everybody.
frantic pace,
I have
but
everything
they're
else
getting
but
cleared
like,
off to the side. They're not
Rocket
giving
League on
these
Twitch
juicy
kind of
rebound
died out.
opportunities that Singularity has cleaned up more often than not.
Yeah, and that's just that's just how well TSM's playing defense. If you let that ball go towards the top of the box, someone from Singularity is going to bury it. But you
Is
called
that
it,
Yeet
Stacks.
one of your
They're sitting there, they're
emotes?
waiting, and they're putting the ball where Team Singularity aren't.
No.
Well, Team Singularity
No,
is
I got
not
some coming, though.
Ceiling as Alpha beats Godzilla there, and we are off and running in what could be the final
Man, I really hate
game
it.
of the
I had
promotion
to.
tournament for TSM. If they can promote
I don't have as many
play their
emotes
way
as I used to.
into yet another season of RLCS. Noli's got other plans, and he bullies his way through.
Holy Noli over the entire TSM defense. He gets over Metza, who just made a mistake there, and the momentum behind the ball forces it to the back of the net.
8 goals today for Noli, including 3 in this series.
Dude,
And none perhaps bigger than that one
Holy
to
Noli.
set the tone
Yeah,
for
holy
Singularity
Noli,
in
dude.
Game 6.
Every time
What a
Noli has
play,
been
dude.
involved in
That's
a
just-
goal, they've won that
that
game.
was just a good air dribble into that 50 and just
It'll
to
be
force
Thumb.
that ball past the goalie.
Now Noli involved yet again, but Remco is there to snuff out the play. That will go around Godsmilla, so Remco can play it downfield. TSM still way back, but they're coming on now. Now Tho needs a second touch. He's got it out of the corner. Demo on Metanoris will slow things down. Could ruin the spacing for TSM. But he recovers nicely, gets to the backboard, pops this away, and yeah, another double commit there between Tho and Noli for Team Singularity. Godsmilla just whiffs on this entirely. They will get this ball back out in front. If they score here, it's their night.
Somehow held on to possession there. The tide's just in their favor. TSM finally get a booming clear downfield. Every member able to gather up some boost because they'll need it on defense here against
Dude,
Singularity.
Singularity looks like a freaking
So
bunch
up
of
top
children
again,
playing
beaten up by Metanoris.
half the
TSM
time.
has tried to win this game
Like
well
the double
above the
commit,
field
the
surface.
whiff.
And
Yeah, they're all
for
over the
it
place.
has
They're having
worked.
good
It's
plays,
worked
though.
3
It's
times
crazy.
out of 5.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So we'll
It's
play
like,
this away.
geez.
Remco now.
That's the thing about
Stops
this
Tho's
level of play.
progress.
Consistency
And now a drop
is
down pass to Remco,
isn't
goes
about hitting the
behind
ball
Noli,
right each
and he
time. It's about
follows up with a shot that
consistently
goes high.
making
One
plays.
that, I think if you're Remco, you feel like you should score those more often than not.
They know how to
It was
hit
a
the ball
hard
now,
shot to
but
get around the defender and try and keep it in that right side post. He angled his car
all about
correctly,
what you
but
do is
just
when you
a
hit the
little
ball.
too much
Like right there.
mustard put on
Oh
it.
my
And
God,
a good
TSM,
challenge
that was
there
so
from
close.
Godsmilla, 50-51 on both TSM members, but Remco, plenty of space, give it to him, dunked by Tho, and Metza puts it into the corner where no one from Singularity is waiting.
Banked off the back wall and cleared by Alpha as Godsmilla was nowhere in sight. So the timing on the attack, not quite working out for Singularity. Metanoris trying to get a triple touch, doesn't work out. Now Godsmilla. He will get that corner boost that Remco left him. Now Tho, tough shot, saved by Alpha. And Godsmilla takes Metanoris out of the play yet again. We've seen Metanoris demoed quite a bit in this series. Not as often, though, as he has in this game. That's, I believe, now 3 times. Here's Tho. Lobbing another one towards the backboard that Metanoris will boom away. And Alpha thought about it. Now he'll go over Godsmilla. And TSM, you can tell the sense of urgency is certainly there.
Absolutely, but the communication from Singularity starting to get a little
Dude, they're
bit
just
shaky
picking on
here.
Metanoris.
Been a
They
few
just keep
times where
demoing him.
hesitation has come out from 2 members, and they've turned the ball over.
Remco will play it for Metanoris, and Noli will collect this ball, but only gets rid of it to midfield. Though now over towards Noli, who's got a lot of boost to work with, but he's going to stay on the ground, and Godsmilla takes it instead. Now Noli doesn't have anything to work with, but he does now, as he will watch play on the opposite side, and he'll play this right down the middle. Metanoris is there waiting. Time winding down in Game 6. Singularity closing in on yet another Game 7. It'll be the third time in 4 matches today in Europe.
Not if that net's
with
open.
a double demo, and Remco missed everything.
The net was as wide open as you could want, and somehow no contact was made with that ball. Singularity got away with one there, and a ball launched at net from Noli.
Oh
About
my
30
God,
seconds to go, Stacks.
DSM!
TSM still
It's a lot of
chasing
empty
one.
nets and demoing going
With
on.
Singularity
I
trying
know,
to close
dude.
things
It's
out
crazy.
and
And
maybe even
TSM
go
couldn't
into the
even
shell. You're not
freaking
going to get many
finish it
quality
out.
opportunities. And they let one go by the wayside. A bank shot here is saved away by Alpha. Now Tho. Oh, he crossed one over, but Noli was playing conservatively, and why not? With that 1-goal lead, 15 seconds remain, another one dropped in. TSM will have time for one more charge. Tho will dump it back into the corner. More precious seconds coming off the clock. He gets around Metanoris. Godsmilla just puts one up in the air. Remco goes flying right by it, and that is your ball game.
That's an exclamation mark put on this game by Godsmilla. Good heads-up play to just kill time, and then when he baited out the defense, he makes them pay.
And so, as we all expected, another series going to Game 7 in Europe
Dude,
after an unpredictable
Singularity is
season.
looking
Why wouldn't it come down
scared.
to one game to put one of these very talented teams into the RLCS?
At this point, if you're TSM, you have to focus on Noli. If he's getting involved on offense, Team Singularity is finding success.
Only 6 shots that time for Singularity, which is bizarre when you think about how they've played all season long. They're a team that they will give up a ton of shots. They will take a lot of shots. Now they go to Champions Field, where, again, we're seeing it time and time again.
What the heck?
Anything can happen
Am I still
in
in
Game
Discord?
7.
Yeah, and I really like the gameplay. The last minute and a
Yeah, you're
half
still
there
in
from
here.
Singularity,
Absolutely.
they were
Prince, can
booming
you
the
hear me?
ball high
Huh?
and far to make TSM use a lot
Yeah, I
of
can
boost
hear you.
and scramble around. Just
Oh,
good heads-up
okay.
play to kill the clock
See,
there
you're muting
and
yourself.
hang on
I
to that
thought I
one goal
muted
Yeah,
lead.
I'm
And it
muting
has been
myself.
Tho for
Okay.
most of this
I was
series.
watching
He
the microphones
got
in
Team
Discord
Singularity
and it
jump-started after
showed
they won a
that
couple of games
Prince
without
was muted.
scoring.
I was like, I didn't
Noli
mute
has
Prince, he
stepped
was
up
just
as
talking.
well. You haven't seen a ton of scoring out of Godsmilla, but he has been
It's the muting, so.
he's been kind of recklessly running through the
Right.
offensive end
I gotta
and
back
creating
out of your
havoc
chat.
for the
Your
TSM
Big Chris
defense.
He's
section.
been
I gotta
lurking at
reply to these
midfield, cutting off
messages
so
and
many
stuff. I've
plays,
been
just
ignoring
turning the
people
ball over, or
'cause I'd
forcing
rather talk to
turnovers
you
rather
people.
from TSM. So yeah, he's not getting involved on the scoreboard, but he's getting involved in the gameplay, which is leading to offensive opportunities for his team. And without him on this field, that midfield would be wide open for TSM.
That is all they need out of the veteran Godsmilla. The only player, actually one of 2 players on this team with Rival Series experience coming into this season. Remco. Challenge there as we start Game 7. It's Alpha with a drive, and Godsmilla and Tho combine on the save and clearance.
Oh, good push from Tho, getting it away from TSM. Gonna transition down the field. Offensive opportunity turned away by Alpha.
It'll be Godsmilla making a beeline for the midfield boost after he realized he could not control that ball. He will play this all the way across. That Alpha is waiting for it, though. Now Noli over Remco, and he got the full boost just as he went up. Metanoris very patiently makes the stop. Popped up by Alpha. Metanoris tangled up with him as well. It should be Noli to come on, and a little miscommunication between Noli and Tho. That slows up the offensive pressure, and it leads to that shot from TSM.
Oh, and danger there. Noli somehow able to get that ball out, carrying it over, looking for Metza, but Alpha there in the box for the save.
Well, it's nice that he put Metanoris in the goal, but you don't get any points for scoring defenders. Well, musty flick action there from Alpha. Shot is saved, and now Tho will watch this go right by. Is now Remco trying to drop one underneath. Alpha looking for Tho or boost. Got neither.
Then wait until tomorrow
This
to try
could
this.
really hurt Team Singularity. A lot of hesitation coming out. I realize it's Game 7, but they've had some
Cyber Monday.
opportunities that they've reversed away from the ball.
gonna have
Alpha
Amazon
against
Prime
Though,
till
and
the end of the year.
Though somehow had enough haste to take Alpha out of that
Yeah,
play,
I'm
but
trying to
Alpha
buy
won the
a
ball.
PC, but
Now Noli
$50
through
discount is
Alpha,
not gonna
trying to
work
pick
for
his
me.
spot under the crossbar as
Right.
Remco swoops in for the save.
Hmm.
Now it will be Remco popping over
this
one.
part.
Has Noli coming on, and Noli makes a great
Just
stop in the
fix.
corner. No score in Game 7. Winner goes to the RLCS, and Though very calmly and confidently plays this away and finished off by Noli.
$1,000 for him.
Though with a shot that is going to be high and wide. Alpha drops it over to Metsonoris, and again, well done by the TSM defense, not panicking under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, it's going to take more than that for this TSM squad to scramble around. Remco looking for Godsmilla. Alpha pops this ball up, but it gets away from Godsmilla all the way downfield and off the glass, but Noli there for the follow-up, unable to shoot it, and Though puts it in for Team Singularity.
And take a look at Metsonoris. You're not going to see him here because he's already on his way back, but he was waiting to see what Alpha was going to do. So he was like he was stuck in the mud at midfield, could not get back in time to ultimately prevent the attack. And Singularity capitalizes on one little bout of hesitation after TSM had punished them all series long. And then Metsonoris makes up for it immediately.
What a read here with the waterfall to himself. Metza following through and doesn't even touch the ground. TSM not going away like that.
Well, I
What
hate
an
to say it,
answer
but Singularity's
with
gonna
2:10
take
to
this.
go, and after all that work by Singularity to finally squeak one through,
You
it doesn't matter.
madman.
We're right back to square one. This is blocked at the midfield line. It'll be shot on by Remco. Follow up nowhere to be found, and Though will bring it back to the TSM side. Godsmilla taken out by Metsonoris, but not before he got a pass off, and a miss coming off the backboard. Could have been
Look at
costly.
all these empty nets.
Now
though.
Metsonoris back the other way, Though not
I mean, it's
bothered one
because
bit.
they
So clear it back
they know their
downfield.
rotation
Singularity have
is
the
gonna
upper
be
hand now, trying to
good enough.
get their second goal and go
That's
back in front
crazy.
in Game 7. Alpha trying
You
to
have
shift
both
the
people
momentum,
pushing
but
up when
the
one
ball brought
person's
right back in by
challenging.
Though.
You have both teammates pushing up because they're confident
Noli
in their
over two. Remco left
backwards
all
goal
alone, and he
saving
may still
abilities.
be there.
and
Metsonoris comes in and gets a critical
crazy.
touch.
Oh, Team Singularity just marching further and further
Just like
towards
that,
the
they
orange
tied it
goal.
up.
Great pass over to
Yeah.
Noli. Noli back to
Wow.
Though, and Though turned away by Alpha, but Godsmilla there for the follow-up, puts that ball up, and Remco bombs it downfield.
Though we'll bring this across, playing with fire a little bit, and the timing not there with Godsmilla. Noli does get this ball away, no pressure from TSM, but now
I
they're
wish I
coming
was just
in
gonna rock
with
the lead.
45
I mean, I
seconds
know I
left.
could be.
Alpha, he is up.
I have
Look
the
at him
game
drop
sense
one
and
down. Metsonoris, played hero.
Metsonoris
the
coming
mechanical
in
skill to get better.
clutch, but Alpha puts this ball on a dime for him.
And there are some players waiting for the loser of this match that thought, yeah, dropping Metsonoris was a good idea. 2-1 with 39
Wow.
seconds left.
Prince,
Alpha
are you
playing
run
one
the
all
same
way through.
time as I am? Did
TSM
they just
looking
score
to
for
kill
you?
off the closing seconds. Team Singularity need to scramble.
No, they didn't score yet.
All hands on
Okay.
deck on the offensive end. Though will take a wide turnaround. Throw into the backboard. That kissed the ceiling and Remco played it well. Rolled all the way out with 15 seconds left, but Though got the corner boost. Now Though, challenged by
How much
Alpha,
time's on the clock for you, Prince?
made his
in-game?
presence felt in
110
more
right now.
unconventional ways in
Oh,
this
wow,
series.
you're pretty far behind.
Across to Noli.
Really?
Godsmilla.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
To Though one
I'm-
time,
the
and
game's
Alpha
over
makes
for
the
me.
save.
Well, 15
and that
seconds.
demo does it.
You might-
TSM will
That's
go
weird.
back
Why
to
are
the
you so far
RLCS.
The
behind?
veteran Remco
Oh,
securing
I'm
this
restarted.
victory for his
Yeah.
Because I
team.
kept,
And
I kept backing out and
TSM
mute myself.
gonna
and then
remain
myself.
in the RLCS,
yeah,
just like you
yeah.
said. It wouldn't have felt right to see these guys down in the rival series, but
Oh,
Team
TSM took it. That's
Singularity
nice.
one more try.
Yeah, yeah.
What is that? I think that's
Game
one
7.
correct prediction this entire postseason for me, including the rival playoffs. You
Hey.
know what? Yeah,
That was
you did it.
unnecessary
Not
because
one.
TSM is
But
like
we
a
still don't have a
high-caliber
rival
team.
series
They
team
shouldn't be
promoting out of this
dragging out
promotion
the
tournament because
thing like
now
that.
we know
Yeah,
at
they
least
in all
TSM
reality,
has
they
gotten
could
there
have
in
swamped
complexity. now
Just-
waits for
they should have
Singularity
swamped
with one
Singularity, but
last
Singularity's
shot,
fighting
one
hard.
spot on the line.
That's going to be hard. Team Singularity looked so good here.
Yeah.
I mean, they were getting
Just
like
hot
this,
and just
Everybody
one little
was
thing
having
gets
like a
away
heart
from them
attack
there.
when I think it's Chaos and
the-
Cloud9.
Hesitation
Yeah.
really killed them in the end.
Yeah.
I feel like someone should have
Remember
went up
that.
to challenge Alpha because he
Wait,
passed that ball
TSM took game. That
perfectly
was
to
game
Metanaris.
7. I thought that was game
Well,
6.
after the Season 5 World
Wow.
Championship,
That was the
Magnus and
last
Alot
match. Anybody who
decided
won that would have.
Metza had to go, and Greasy
I
Meister
mean,
had to come in.
I called TSM
Now,
winning this
guess
in the
what?
beginning.
It is Metzanorris in the
I love
RLCS
Alpha so
again,
much.
and it is going to be
And
But
the
Metzanorris,
Flakes,
yes.
Magnus, and Greasy Meister trying to stay there as
NRG
well.
is most likely
One
gonna win.
last match
Yeah,
between
yeah.
Singularity
I mean, when it comes
and
to the actual
Complexity will
RLCS,
give
for him,
Singularity
I
a few
agree.
extra moments
I think
to recollect
NRG's gonna
themselves
win too.
when we come
They're
back.
the only
If they
team
could
with
just
that
keep
game.
their momentum,
And our final
then
match
it's
of the day.
over.
Don't go anywhere.
They're just the most consistent of the best teams in America. They're the most consistent this season.
Out of everybody, the whole RLCS
Yeah.
team. Dignitas fell off. It's no more EU anymore.
Right?
誰もが旅をする
So,
I think a crazy team would be like Gimmick, Justin, and Bush.
yeah, that would be a nutty team. I think Justin and Squish would run into double commits too much.
That's why I like Gimmick.
Yo.
Gimmick's my favorite out of everyone because he doesn't go for unnecessary stuff.
No, he's definitely a very patient. See, I think that's what screwed over C9 this year was Torment and Gimmick both wanting to make plays and not communicating back there.
ここまで来た
Cause I mean, I watched 3 or 4 games with C9 and it was, Squishy would go for the midfield challenge and then Gimmick and Torment would both double commit to try to get the next hit. The new car looks kind of cool.
Mm,
The Chikara?
Octane. I'll stick to the Octane.
Yeah. Octane Phoenix Dominus skin.
You guys trying to carry me to champ?
You trying to carry me to plat, my dude? Because I'm not even plat. I'm a gold 3.
Complexity versus
Oh, really?
Singularity, last game of the day. It's the last game of the day.
Complexity.
Let's
Yo,
go for
Complexity
chaos,
better
guys. I said no one ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna close out the stream actually.